Make sure we look good. I keep this in. No. All right. So today we have Would You Rather questions. Caleb and I have both prepared a few Would You Rather questions to see, I don't know, what would we rather do, I guess. So I guess Caleb said he had some good ones, so we'll let him say the
You're
first
gonna put me
one.
on the spot.
I'm
like
putting
that,
you on the
huh?
spot, dude. What
That's
you got?
cold.
What you got?
All right. Well, I feel like the superpower ones are a little bit more of like classic would you rather's.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one is: would you rather have the power of teleportation or telekinesis?
I
And
mean, what you got?
being a bit of a Star Wars nerd, telekinesis would be cool because it's the Force, just
Yeah,
the Force
yeah.
all the time.
So like you get the power of I can move stuff around, or I can move myself around. Like
Yes.
I feel like I
And
would go with teleportation.
and you see, for me, I don't mind traveling. I never have, so
Yeah.
like it's not that big of a deal for me. But I can be lazy sometimes and not want to get up and do something. So it's like turning the light off and just be like, boop, it's
So
off.
so I guess my next question, teleportation. Can I teleport stuff to me?
And you
That's the real
see,
question. You would get into
that's a
things
good
here.
point.
Because if I
This
can
is a
just
good
like
point.
teleport stuff to me, or even if I just have to teleport myself, like I still
Yeah,
would pick it. But how
but I
cool would
was
it be to just be like remote? Like,
yeah, but it's also like you can't just see. Then it almost sounds the same. Like if you're trying to teleport the remote, you could also just grab the remote and
yeah,
bring it closer.
yeah, I
You can't
guess
teleport the light switch over to you to flip the light switch
it's
off.
true. I would teleport the light outside of the room. No, I'm
Right?
just
Just like,
kidding.
get out of
Yeah, no,
here.
I'm joking. I just feel like being able. Listen, we're getting into that. Chris likes some mischief. I think it'd be fun to mess with people being able to teleport. Telekinesis, I'm sure you could do it too, but like being able to just pop into Wakefield's room and be like, "Hey, dude, bye," and then just like pop out. Like it would bring me so much joy.
You might pop in on something you don't want to pop in on though.
That's a good point, but sometimes,
Telekinesis would be fun. You just do like the ice cube down someone's shirt and they never know it was you.
yeah, yeah, and do the like. I used to do it all the time, like take like a stick and like scratch the back of their neck, kind of a thing, and see.
Oh
And then,
yeah,
oh, it wasn't me, dude. Telekinesis, you wouldn't even.
big golden.
They would never know.
Yeah,
But if we want to get into it, I think the best superpower is time control. Out of anything,
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then it's so funny though because all like the movies and the books and everything does time control a little different. And so you get to the point of like, okay, what kind of time control would you
and
have?
that's what I'm saying. See here, listen. My favorite superpower that I've had since I was a kid would be time control. I'm not talking like I want to go in the future and see, but being able to correct little mistakes you make throughout the day. So
Mm-hmm.
like go back in time just a little bit. I'm not even saying like go back a bunch and change something huge like your life,
Mm-hmm.
but also being able to slow down time and be able to skip time. I mean, skipping's not. I don't care as much about skipping time. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because then you run into the. You see the movie Click with Adam Sandler? Like you run
I
into the.
haven't.
Okay, the whole thing they did with that is like he skipped annoying parts of his life that he didn't like. But what
Okay.
happened was is every time he would skip it, it would like auto skip when it came to that annoying part again. So like
Mm.
what happened was like his kids were being annoying and he like skipped it just bedtime. So then slowly what happened was like it skipped years of his life and he never got to see his kids grow up, and that was like the moral of the story. I'm not even talking about that. I don't want to do that. But like being
Yeah.
able to slow time down, stop time too. Like I
Mm-hmm.
mean like you could prevent so much bad things if you're trying to be the superhero, like being able to go back in time to prevent something from happening, stopping time, like I just there's no losing. I don't
I
know
would
how you
have.
lose.
I'd have to agree. Being able to control time is like top tier.
Yeah,
That's power.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how you could lose. Like I don't care how strong you are. If I can stop time and you can't do anything about it, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I always that was the other thing I thought was annoying. The Flash is like the fastest like human or not human, well the fastest superhero, for DC at least. And I always found it annoying how like Superman was just as fast. He could keep up with him. I was like,
Yeah.
man, your power sucks now, Flash. Like,
Yeah.
you're just getting beat. Like there's
Right.
nothing you can do. That sucks.
Like, never pick a fight with Superman, Flash.
I
It's a bad
guess.
idea.
Apparently, Batman can do it though. Don't get me started on the movies, man. Batman vs
no.
Superman. Did you ever watch it?
I watched it, like, when it first came out. I vaguely remember any of it.
Dude, it was that movie was so rough. But then the
I just
part
know it was bad.
where like he's like about, I can't remember even who it was, but one of them is about to kill the other one. I might have been Superman about to kill Batman, and he says like a name.
Oh, it was Martha. 'Cause
Martha.
both of their moms' name was Martha.
Yeah, he said Martha, and he was like, "Oh, your mom's name is Martha? I'm not gonna kill you now. You've
Yeah.
changed my heart." Like it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was just like, I walked away. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I cannot do this.
Yeah,
Don't get
DC's
me-
writing is painful.
Don't get
dude.
me started on DC writing. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Some of the shows I watched though, like Arrow. This is off topic of Would You Rather. But,
Yeah.
You know, but like Arrow and The Flash, I got into a little bit, but
Yeah.
I finished
And
Arrow.
then Marvel tried to do it, and Marvel's just got too many TV shows now.
Yeah, they had a few good ones that I watched, but then I feel like DC did it too, though. They made me mad because they would have a crossover episode between all of the DC. So it started with like Flash and Arrow, and you had to watch. Like I'd watch Arrow's episode, but then it'd be like, oh, you got to finish it on the Flash. So it was like, I have to watch all of the Flash to watch this episode now because it'll spoil things in the show. And then it came like, oh, Supergirl now, and like there was like by the end of it, there was like 4 shows I think that you had to watch each one. And then the last season of Arrow, or second to last, there was like a big deal that I didn't even know because I didn't go watch all of the shows, and like it had a major impact on the show.
Well, and that's what bothers me about Marvel now too. Is it's the same way for like if you're gonna watch like the next Avengers movie, if you haven't watched all of the TV shows, it's not gonna make any sense.
Yeah, exactly. And both of those series have made me mad now because like I don't have the time to watch all of them. Not only that, some of them aren't that good, and so it's like now I have to watch trash TV. It's their, I'll watch a video before or something, but
Right.
So I guess now, if we're talking about this, would you rather DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Yeah, I mean you have to pick Marvel.
I mean,
DC. Okay, listen. My only thing would be like Christian Bale Batman.
Christian Bale Batman.
Whew. We're young, so that's the thing. I feel like
Yeah.
I've talked to other people about it. They're like, it's terrible. It's not as good as Michael Keaton, or don't get me started. Christian Bale's the only Batman, in my opinion.
Right.
Actually, Robert Pattinson's wasn't bad.
His was good too.
Not bad.
His was a very different type of Batman.
Yes,
but it was still good.
It was good. But
I've just got a bias towards Batman because of all the games.
I like Batman,
which we discussed last episode.
Yeah, I mean, Batman is. I think besides Flash, Batman is my other. Like those are my 2 superheroes from DC at least. Marvel, I don't know. Cap. Actually, I think one of my favorites from Marvel was Quicksilver. He was a villain technically, but I just like the speed ability. Like, it's my favorite. But, anyways, all right, okay, I'll do the next question. All right. So, would you rather listen to one song for the rest of your life, or would you rather never be allowed to listen to the same song twice?
Ooh.
So you get to pick one good song you listen to forever, or you never get to listen to a song.
Never get to listen to it again.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like dude. What's your thoughts?
Man, I got some songs that I love to death.
Yeah.
And the idea of not being able to listen to them again is kind of heartbreaking.
You could only pick one, though.
But could I pick one?
I don't
is the
know.
problem.
I don't know if I could
And
pick
then,
one.
could you listen to it for the rest of your life? It would turn so stale.
It would. You have to make your own music.
Yeah, you'd start going crazy.
Yeah. I guess my only thing would be like, depending on how the rules apply here of Would You Rather, like you're scrolling through TikTok and a song comes on and you're just like, no. like that's your time of listening to it.
That's funny.
Or like
Yeah.
Or it works like if you've heard that part, it cuts out. So like, you go to put it on the radio or on your phone, and then like you've already listened to it on TikTok. That part cuts out, just goes blank for a little bit. Like, I don't know. I'd
probably have to pick the just listen to a song one time and never listen to it again, just so you would be listening to different music. I'd go crazy listening to the same song for the rest of my life.
I feel like I'd have. Yeah, I would agree. Listening to one song, it would get so boring. I'm already tired of music as is, and I can listen to anything. So if I could only listen to one song, I don't know if I could do it. Although there's got to be one song.
I'd have to go through my playlist and pick one that's like, okay, yeah, this one. But I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I don't know. I feel
there's so much good music out there, dude.
There is. I feel like it would be better. A better question, maybe. I should have thought of this. Like, would you rather listen to one artist for the rest of your life, or never be able to listen to the same song? Maybe. No, that's kind of too easy. Because then, if you picked a whole artist, I have artists that I would be like, yeah, I'm okay with just listening to this artist.
I got several artists I could listen to. For the rest of my life.
There's like 2 or 3 that I'd be like, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I guess you could evolve the question to one artist's. No, I don't know. One artist or never listen to new music. I don't know. No, we're good. Next question.
Yeah.
You got another question?
Alrighty. Let's see. Which one do we want to do? This is kind of a funny one. Okay. Would you rather go skydiving or bungee jumping?
Oh my gosh, neither, Caleb.
I know, it's neither for me too, but if you had to pick one, what would you pick?
If I had to pick, it'd probably be skydiving. I don't know. What would you pick? I feel like skydiving, it feels like for the first time, you've got somebody on your back. So I feel like I would have somebody helping me. Whereas bungee jumping, just the fear of falling and like the bungee snapping or just
it's like you got the fear of the bungee snapping, but you also would have the fear of like the parachute not deploying right.
Yeah, I just feel like if I got somebody with me, there's 2 chutes in there, he'll figure it out. There's more than one. So that's why I feel like I would pick skydiving. And I also, here's the other thing, I do think that skydiving would be more fun. I feel like bungee jumping is just the fear of the fall. You bungee, you go back down. It's like, okay, I'm done. It's kind of like the slingshot at like amusement parks where you're in the ball and it shoots you up. Whereas like skydiving, like you can control yourself a little bit and try to do fun stuff. And I feel like I would be really scared for the first like 15 seconds. And I'd be like, I'd get over it and I'd be like, dang, like this is pretty cool. Like, and then the fear would kick in when we go to pull the chute again. But I think it'd be more fun in general.
Yeah. I think I would go with bungee jumping just because there's this, you know, that feeling like if you would hit the bottom and then it pulls you back up.
Yeah.
There's that like second of weightlessness in there where you're just not really doing anything.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite feelings in the world. It's just that moment of weightlessness. I mean, like when you're coming up the hill.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
That's one of I love it so much.
I do like it too. I do. I just think it'd be fun. Although, like, dude, there's videos that scare me of skydiving. Have you seen the video of like the 2 guys collide and like the one gets knocked out? Dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I still think it'd be more fun to skydive. Like, I feel like bungee jumping is similar to roller coasters where it's like all the fear going up and then jumping and then all the fear of coming down. It's fun, but I feel like it's over quickly where I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'd get over it and then it'd be fun to skydive. But
I get that. I just know skydiving's expensive too.
Well, listen, cost wasn't a part of it, okay, Caleb? You didn't
we
ask
can
me
make it a part of it.
Which would you rather spend your money on? Because it would be neither again. All right, I got one for you. This one's pretty fun. Would you rather chew your toenails off or chew somebody else's fingernails off? Which one, Caleb? It's neither again. But which one are you picking? Your
It have to
toenails?
be my toenails. I know where my toenails have been, not your fingernails.
Depends on who you're talking to, right? Like, if we get to pick whose fingernails I'm chewing off.
I
My
I don't
toenails
trust
are...
those.
My toenails, Caleb, are disgusting.
See,
Disgusting.
mine
No.
aren't bad.
Gross. My feet are gross. All of my feet are gross. I'd show you, but then I have to charge you. You know how it works.
Right.
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I could do my toenails. Again, it depends on whose fingernails I'm chewing, you know?
Yeah. And I wouldn't trust other people's fingernails.
What if it
man.
was like a family member?
No.
That's just kind of awkward. I have a wife. I would probably choose my wife's fingernails than my toenails.
That's valid. That's fine. I don't.
Yes.
But I ain't got no wife. So.
What about your dog? You got a dog? chew his fingernails.
And I definitely don't.
Which is really just his toenail. I don't know. Alright, I did a stupid one. I think I would pick... If I got to pick the finger, like, whose fingers it'd be, I'd pick me. I think I go with my toenails, because like you said, you know where they've been.
Yeah.
It's funny, Addie, my daughter, actually does try to chew her toenails. It's kind of gross. Alright, I'll do a serious one now, alright?
Okay.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Date.
You'd rather know the date?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if you knew how you were going to die, but not when, every time that you were around a scenario where you do die, you'd be afraid. You'd be like, is this the time? If you knew the day you died, but didn't know how you died, I'd just go through my day like normal, and eventually it's like, oh,
what if you find
lights
out? It's like, oh yeah, it's in a week.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm just going to mosey on through life for the next week.
But then what if they're like, oh, you're going to have a heart attack? And you're like, oh, I'll be old. It's no big deal. But then it's next week. You know?
Yeah.
It's the reverse,
Caleb. I think I'd just rather know when versus how. Because if I knew how, then it's just like, man.
So just stay away from it, you know?
What if it was something so simple, like an everyday task? Like you're gonna die unloading the dishwasher.
I was thinking, you're gonna die Elvis style on the toilet.
Right.
It's like, oh no, never again. I'd buy a urinal and then buy a bucket or something.
Just start burying it in the backyard.
Yeah. I guess. I just feel like the fear of knowing the day. Like, what if it was early? Like, what if it was like you got 3 months? I guess you would be nice to know.
Yeah, you can get all of your affairs in order and be all right.
It's a dangerous game you're playing. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. If you find out, it's like you die of old age. Like,
yeah,
you're like, okay, I got a while.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know how. Like, even if it's not a would you rather question, I wouldn't want to know how.
Yeah. See, like, what again? Like, you die. I guess in the end, though, right? If you know how you die, can you really change that outcome? Like, what if it was something like we said, something stupid like unloading the dishwasher, and you never do it again? It's still gonna happen one day.
Right. It's like
So
the
then it
rules won't
becomes,
change.
What's gonna cause you to unload the dishwasher that day? Like, what's gonna happen? Your wife finally hits it, and she's like, "You never do it. You're doing it this time." And then you have that moment of like, "All right, this is it.
This is it.
This is it."
Tell the kids I love them.
Yeah, you did this to me. All right.
All right.
I think I would agree with you that I'd rather know the date.
Yeah.
I think in the end, I'd rather know the date instead of living in fear all my life of when is it gonna happen. All right. Yeah. Pick one up.
Let's see. Would you rather live in perpetual winter and always be a little too cold, or endless summer and always be too warm?
Too cold.
Too cold?
Too cold. I mean, I guess, like, okay, here's the problem. If it's perpetual, like, you're always going to be too cold. Like, or you're going to be too hot. I just feel like, the word perpetual, like, if it was too cold all the time, but I could throw a blanket on, help a little bit, versus heat, like, what, am I going to swim all day? Like,
right.
But if it's perpetual,
I think in the context of my job, I prefer when it's too hot.
You prefer when it's too hot?
Well,
it's the perpetual. Like, that's the problem here.
Yeah. I get that's the problem. But if I'm thinking in the context of my job, trying to run pipe all day, when pipe's cold, it sucks.
I know. When fire's cold, it sucks. Like,
yeah. It's just, would much rather be too warm. I can sweat it out. I was sweating it out the other day.
Right? The pipe's not going to be cold. You're just going to be cold. You live in a perpetual state.
But if it's perpetual winter, it's meaning that the weather is
I didn't know
winter.
if it was just for you. I didn't remember if it was like you live in a perpetual winter. Because that would be hilarious. Imagine it's like dead of summer and you pick winter and you're like bundling up like and everyone's hot.
Yeah.
I think you get fired.
What's wrong with you?
You get fired. They think you're on drugs. Like,
right.
He's cracked out again. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that goes back to everyone. I moved from Florida up to Ohio, and everybody here's like, "Oh, it's so cold. I hate the winter." And I'm like, I would much rather live here because the summers here don't get nearly as hot as Florida. And, like, I can handle the summers here no problem now.
Yeah.
And, like, drink water. Drink extra water. Where, like, in the winter, they complain about it being cold. It's like, wear layers. It's not that hard. Like,
see, the problem for me, though, is having to climb around like a monkey at my job. And when you got layers on, you're not as agile and flexible as you need to be.
You got a pair of bibs?
I do have bibs, and when I got my bibs on, man, I can't stretch like I need to.
You gotta wear some, like, loose bibs so you got some play in them, you know?
My bibs are loose. They're way too big for me.
Really? Mine are, like, the perfect size where, like, if I'm digging or something, like, they keep me clean. Sometimes in the summer, I want to put bibs on to be clean just because I hate...
Yeah.
I don't want to say I hate getting dirty like a little baby, but I hate getting dirty. I'm a clean freak, kind of. You are too, though, so you get it.
Have I shown you pictures of my dirtiest days at work?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, like, But I was saying they need to invent, like, coveralls, like mechanics wear, that are, like, lightweight and super breathable. Like, there's got to be something. Something's going to happen. Like,
they've got to.
I mean, I'm sure they do, but, like, I'm saying there's going to be an invention that, like, they cool you off. Like, you know the towels that you get water?
Yeah.
You get, like, you get these towels wet and they, like, cool you off around your neck?
Yeah.
It's, like, inside these bibs or, like...
That'd be nice.
They got to come up with something. It's going to come out in the next 10 years, and everyone's going to come back to this podcast and be like, wow, you created it, Chris. Great job. But...
Be like, you should sue whoever stole your idea.
Yeah, I got to put a patent on it right now, guys. I need help. If anyone can help me with that, that'd be great. So what are you picking? You're picking...
I would pick perpetual summer.
I guess if it's perpetual and, like, you can't fix it, like, I could probably work in heat better than in cold. Like, cold, your fingers get numb and you're just always, like, shaking. Like, no matter what. Well, if it's perpetual, okay, hold on. It's perpetual winter though, but it's always cold. I don't know.
Yeah. I just feel like I would rather go through life maybe being a little, like, lethargic and thirsty instead of, like, always cold and just, like, never being able to loosen up because you're so cold.
Again, it's the perpetual because, like, I would say heat, too, just because, like you said, you'd be lethargic, and as long as you drink water, like, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
With cold, I feel like there's way more things that come into play. But my lifestyle of would you rather live in a hot or colder place? Colder, because you can put layers on. heat.
Yeah.
You can't always jump in a pool. Like,
Yeah. Bibs are a wonderful thing.
oh, dude, they're so nice. It's actually my favorite thing is when you go, it gets really cold, and you like go outside, and you're kind of like shivering a little bit, like you're getting a little like, ooh, it's nippy out, and you just put your warm bibs on. I will leave them in my van and like put them in the front seat so they can get warm, and then just like slide them on, and it's just like, oh yeah, these are. You put your hands right here, and you just, oh yeah, such a nice feeling.
It's always funny though, whoever the first guy to put his bibs on is though, because then everybody's like, "You baby, putting on your bibs."
I will be the last one, like not always to do it, but because everyone else at my work is like, I'm freezing, I hate the cold. Like almost everybody I work with is like a baby about it.
Yeah.
Like I hate the cold, and so
dude, the guys I work with will wait until like it's 15 degrees outside, and then they'll finally put their bibs on.
Dude, I'm telling
like,
you, it'll be like 40, and some of the guys at my work will put them on, and I'm like,
that ain't cold enough.
I will. So like, there's times where if I know it's gonna be cold all day, and I know I'm outside all day, I'll throw them on real quick. But most of the time when I'm throwing them on, I'm digging outside. And honestly, most of the time, it's like, I'll have a jacket on. Jacket comes off after like 5 minutes of digging, okay, and then like towards the end it's like, okay, undo the bibs, and I'll like tie it around my waist, like the straps, just because it's so much work to get it off and it keeps me clean. And then like there's been multiple times where like I'm digging enough, I'm in a t-shirt and it's like 20 degrees out, but it's just like I'm so hot from digging, and that's why I love the cold. Like, because you can just work it off, man.
Yeah, and that's true, but I don't know why, but I've gotten really good at just like living in the sweat. I can be like dripping sweat and just like, okay, I'm feeling it now.
yeah. Like I said, I played football in Florida, and I played some sports in Florida. I can do it. It's just not my favorite.
Just don't want to.
No, I don't have to. I lived there long enough.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Want me to do another one?
Yeah, if you got a good one, go for it.
Let's see. What do we got? Ooh.
Oh, no. That sounds scary.
No, this one's just kind of funny.
Okay.
Would you rather have, and it's honestly probably easy, you want an unlimited supply of Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell?
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not easy, Caleb. I love Chick-fil-A, but Taco Bell is like a guilty pleasure of mine.
You see, I'm not a fan of Taco Bell, so I can easily say Chick-fil-A for this one.
Caleb, what do you get at Taco Bell?
I don't go to Taco Bell enough.
You got to come over and we're going to Taco Bell, and I'm going to teach you what to get. I told you the other day, I ate so much Taco Bell.
I know.
And that was a light day for me.
Yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating. That's a light day.
The thing for me, though, is if I had the option for, like, that type of food, I'm not going to Taco Bell, I'm just going to Chipotle.
Caleb, there's such a difference. Like,
and you see, to me, there's not.
There's such, like, listen, Chipotle is, like, good. It's good.
Yeah.
I like Chipotle. Taco Bell is, like, a guilty pleasure of, like, I know this is bad for me, but it's so good. Like, I have to do it. Like, I just, like, the stuff you can get, and it's cheaper. You can get, like, a nice Baja Blast, too. Get a large, oh, dude, the Baja Blast makes it. I'm teaching you what to get from Taco Bell. All right.
Just never felt that way about Taco Bell.
No, listen, you didn't get the right thing. I like, legitimately. When's the last time you went?
I don't know, man. It's been
exactly.
a long time.
I'm guessing your family doesn't eat it either.
No.
That's your problem. There you go. You gotta get the right thing. They have a grilled cheese burrito, delicious. 5-layer beefy bean burrito, delicious. Chicken quesadilla, amazing. Double-decker taco, amazing.
You gotta be careful with that beef and bean burrito, because I'm not a beans guy. Don't like beans.
Trust me. Listen, I guess I do like beans. But, like, what kind of beans? Like, you ever had refried beans? Like,
don't like refried beans.
Okay. Then you aren't getting the 5-layer beefy bean burrito, because there's refried beans in that. But it's like meat, refried beans, but then cheese sauce. Like, not just like cheese sauce. Like, they take the nacho sauce and just... You know they put that in with a gun. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, it's bad for you, but it's so good. Trust me though, I love Chick-fil-A. I mean, I worked there when I was in high school, and I ate Chick-fil-A. Like, I would get there after football. I'd go and work my shift, and right before my shift, I'd eat a whole number one meal, and then after my shift, I'd eat a whole number one meal. Also because I would get one meal free, and then I got 50% off anytime, and my family would.
Chick-fil-A.
So I was getting it like my first meal free, and then when I get it my second time, it was like $5, maybe it might have even been $4.50 or something like that. So it was like, yeah. I mean, eating 2 number one meals large for $4.50, it was dangerous. They also, the one I worked at, if my family came in, they would get 50% off too. So like, we had a big order one time. It was 50% off.
There you go.
But yeah, so if we're saying you can only eat that, or is it you get unlimited?
Which one would you rather have an unlimited supply of?
Because if it was you could only eat, I would think I would pick Chick-fil-A based off of it's a little healthier. I would feel like garbage all the time if all I ate was Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I don't eat.
I think in the bounds of this question, you can eat either. It's which one would you rather have a limited supply of?
Oh, see, if we're doing that, Chick-fil-A
you could almost say,
Chick-fil-A's
so
more
it's like
expensive. So
so Chick-fil-A is the more cost-effective one to just have the unlimited supply of.
But then you got to calculate into it convenience. Taco Bell is 3 minutes from my house, probably. Chick-fil-A is about 30.
This is true.
So if we calculate convenience, free Taco Bell, again, I would become a fat lard. But, dude, I'm like, legitimately, you're coming over, maybe even after this podcast, and we're going to eat some Taco Bell. Like, you got to order the right thing, Caleb. Dude, me and my friends in high school, we used to, we would get boxes of, you could get a 12-pack of burritos and a 12-pack of tacos. And there was one time we did it. It was just me and one friend. I ordered the burritos. He ordered the tacos. We split them so that we each had 6 and 6, I want to say. It was 10. All right, it was 10. I won't exaggerate a little. 10. So we each had 5 and 5. And then we went to the store, Walmart, and bought like 2 cases of like different sodas and just chilled at his house. I ate all of it. All of my burritos and tacos probably within 30 minutes, and then also had probably had like 4 sodas easy. But
You're
that
just
was
a human garbage disposal.
I am, and that was back when like I was scrawny too. So like, I don't know where it went. And my buddy was
scrawny.
Hey, I'm not scrawny now. It'll add up. I promise. I've put in the work. It adds up. I'm just not as scrawny. I mean, it was high school. But my buddy was a little bit heftier, and he was just like, where does it go? I have a few buddies that were like that. We're like, why? How can you? I out-eat them every time. But funny story. We also did. We found out Wendy's did 50 nuggets for $10.
Oh, no.
So we were like, let's do it. So 3 of us ordered 50 nuggets back to back.
Oh my gosh.
And I think they thought that we were going to share them because I ordered them at first. And, dude, you should have saw the workers' faces when my next buddy was like, I'll do the 50 nuggets. They were so mad. I'm pretty sure, I'm glad I got mine first because I'm pretty sure they spit in their food. But we then made a challenge of 50 nuggets in 30 minutes. Can you do it? And you know who did it? This guy.
I'm sure it was you.
And then you know who wanted to try again and then didn't do it, but I did it again? I just answered the question. This guy. But it became a task at the end, dude. You're just dipping it in sauces to hope to get it down. Your mouth gets so dry. But this is off topic. In the end, unlimited supply. I'd have to go with Chick-fil-A. My wife would kill me.
Go Chick-fil-A.
She likes Taco Bell as well, but like I said, it would be dangerous. I'd feel like garbage all the time. Whereas at least Chick-fil-A, you could it's not like healthy, but there's also healthier options.
Right.
I feel like it'd be worth.
Yeah.
There's only so many salads I could eat from Taco Bell. What?
Yeah.
That was
And
a
they're
good
not
question.
going to be good salads.
No, there's not. There's going to be one salad that's good, and it's the taco salad. It's got the taco meat on it, and it's still not going to be good for you.
Right.
I'm kind of upset that I had to pick that. All right. That was a good question. I got one for you. This is just for pure embarrassment. Which way would be more embarrassing, probably? Would you rather have to shake hands with yourself every time you meet someone new, or would you rather offer your foot to them as a handshake? So like, hi, my name's Chris, nice to meet you. Or are you giving them your foot? Like, hey man, here. Like, which one you picking, Caleb?
Probably just shake my own hand. You're gonna look like a moron either way.
I feel like you could play off the handshake better.
Yeah.
Like, my name's Chris. Nice to meet me. like, just you come off as a jerk. But
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a funny one. That like,
yeah.
How embarrassing do you want to make this? Could you come up with a story well enough? Like, my ancestors, we always shook with foots. Like,
right.
like.
Well, and I just picture it too. Like, there's some guys that, like, they'll walk up to you, and before they're really at you, they'll put their hand out for a handshake.
Yes.
You can just picture like a guy like starting to hop towards you with the foot out. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Lost all feelings in my hands, so I have to do this like this. Like,
yeah.
I like to really make it personal, and I can't feel in my hand, so. All right, man. That was a pretty easy one, I feel like. There's another gross one that I don't know how I go on it. I feel like I know your answer, but it's a gross one. So, would you rather have to eat your used Band-Aids or never get to wash your hair again?
I just never wash my hair again.
Exactly. I care too much about my hair, Caleb. I have to wash my hair. But I don't know if I could eat used Band-Aids. I don't use Band-Aids, though. I use electrical tape. So then I'd have to eat electrical
worse.
tape. Like, oof.
Yeah.
That's another easy one. I feel like I could have to not wash my hair. It'd be really gross and it would drive me insane, but I don't know if I could eat Band-Aids.
I'd start rocking the buzz cut, call it a day.
Actually, yeah. Yeah. Do your dad style, just shave it all off. Oh, man.
Yeah. Here, I got this one. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
Well, it's not really funny. It's just kind of, I guess you would call it annoying. Would you rather be mildly allergic to dust or very allergic to pollen?
I know your answer. You're going to pick the dust. Because you're a clean freak. Nothing's going to be dusty in your house anyways.
Bro, my desk is a mess right now.
Are you serious?
It's so dusty. It's not good.
Funny. You're normally a clean freak, dude. You would come to my house visiting in Florida and clean my house before you would play sometimes.
But I didn't dust. I never went that
that's
thorough.
Fair, but like I just feel like it's not that far for you. You could do it.
I'm just so OCD. I like to straighten up if things aren't like where they need to be. But
fair enough.
It's just one of those, would you rather be slightly irritated for the entire year or have a really rough spring? Right?
I would rather be allergic to the dust. I see how people react to the pollen already. I don't have that. If I had that, like, very allergic or whatever, I couldn't do it. I'm just minor allergic to dust. Like I said, just make sure things are clean.
Right, you just be cleaning a lot more frequently.
I guess, yeah. Go into your buddy's house with a vacuum, just like, hold on, I gotta do this before I sit down.
Right. You walk across something and you give it like the finger swipe and you look at it and you're like, I can't be in here.
Oh, no. No. You just start melting. Like.
Yeah. It's like, bro, it's a mild allergy. Relax.
Yeah. I think I'd pick dust. What would you pick?
I'd probably pick dust.
Yeah. All right, I've got a good one.
All right.
Would you rather be baby birded by a stranger every time you eat, or only eat cat food for the rest of your life?
I've seen the way people react when they eat cat food, bro.
Dude, like, yeah, baby birding is gross because you're eating it out of somebody's mouth, but at least you get flavor still.
Yes, at least it's still people food and not cat food.
I'm a germaphobe, though, so, like, that would kill me. Because it's not
Yeah,
even
that
like,
would-
oh, somebody you know. It's a stranger.
I think you're vomiting either way. Like, you're just having a bad day.
I think you could get used to somebody spitting in your mouth.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know about...
I think you could get used to that a lot more. You could get used to eating cat food all the time.
That's like a plug your nose and like try to destroy your taste buds kind of a thing.
Right.
Like, although maybe some cat food's good, you never know.
I don't know if
What if
there's anything.
You could eat the solids instead of the softy food.
Yeah, I still don't think.
No, it's not gonna taste good. It's not gonna be as bad as the softies though. The softies look disgusting.
Yeah.
You eat the solid food, you're like chewing on some dog food. It's like the same thing. It's crunchy. Just hope you can not have the flavor. But then you lose all of your, like, what if you're a person with texture problems, like, and you're getting baby birded?
I have some texture problems, but I think
Really?
I think the squishy food is all right.
That's
Because like
probably
I can eat mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
mashed
yeah.
potatoes don't bother me. I could almost like compare it to being that kind of just mush texture.
Yeah,
Depending on how much it's been eaten before it's baby birded to you.
Yeah. Oh man, that's rough. All right, you got another one, or I've got some too if you don't. But
I've got some more.
all right, let's hear them.
Here we go. If you had to, would you rather go back in time and fight in the Colosseum or in the trenches of World War One?
Coliseum, 100%. Dude, the trenches of World War One sounds scary. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, the grenades, like, just all the firepower. Whereas at least in the Coliseum, like, it's
You
swords.
probably have a better chance of survival in the Coliseum.
Yeah,
I would say.
like, just become what's his name from dude, let's not talk about it. I forget the guy's name. It's Russell Crowe in Gladiator. What's his name?
Like something Aurelius or something.
It is Aurelius, something Aurelius.
Like Marcus Aurelius. That can't be right.
I don't think it's Marcus, but you're very close. Well, we totally remember. Yeah, I mean, no, okay. Jamie, look it up. Jamie.
It's Marcus Aurelius.
Is it really Marcus?
It's Marcus Aurelius.
Dang. Okay, I stand corrected. They're coming out with a second one too. See that?
Are they?
It's Pedro Pascal. It's not the same person.
Really?
It's not the same person. It's like a certain amount of years later. It looks pretty good actually, but that movie was great. But I don't know. You got a chance. Also, like, Coliseum had like. I guess you said fight though, because I was gonna say they had chariot races. Like, get lucky with one of those.
All right. Hold on.
What?
It was entirely wrong. So Marcus Aurelius is a real person, but
Yeah.
he was a Roman emperor. The guy that Russell Crowe played was Maximus Meridius.
Yes, Maximus. That's
Same
right.
difference.
Yeah. But was Aurelius the bad guy? No.
Maybe? I don't know.
That
I mean, he was the Roman
name-
emperor, but he's the guy that threw him into the Colosseum in the first place, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen the movie?
Nope.
All right, so tonight you're coming over. We're getting Taco Bell. We're watching Gladiator.
Yeah, let's not talk about what movies I haven't seen because
Don't.
I'm an extremely uncultured human.
It's okay. I'm the same way. All the guys at work. It's the only unfair thing is that the guys at work mention movies that like came out. Like half the time they're like, "Dude, how have you not seen that?" And I played this game with them so many times. When did it come out? I don't know.
1970.
I look it up and I'm like, yeah, it came out in 97 or 96, 97. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I wasn't even born yet. And they're like, what? And now they know. Now they know I'm a little. They call me the baby. But I'm like, guys, like, it wasn't even out yet. I wasn't alive yet.
Yeah.
Well, you can watch it. It's a classic. But why go back to those terrible graphics?
Right.
Why go back?
Right.
And then I tell them something's good nowadays. And they're like, no, I haven't seen it.
It's like, yeah, if you haven't seen it, then don't talk to me about not seeing the other stuff.
Well, and then, what was it? It was Rocky. I was like, yeah, like, I've seen Rocky. I've seen all the Rockies. And I was like, those are classics. And they're like, that's not a classic. I was like, how is Rocky not a classic?
Right.
You are crazy if you say Rocky. And I'm like, what do you want me to watch? Well, like, Rambo is I'm like, Rambo is the trashiest. I have seen clips of it on TV. The action in those movies with Sylvester Stallone is awful. Like, terrible acting. I didn't say that.
I haven't seen either of them.
No. I haven't seen them either. I saw them at Grandpa Gary's house. He had one on, and I was just like, that looks terrible. Like, just the amount of things where it was like, what? Not only that, I mean, it had the normal movie cliches of, like, the villain drops his knife, so Sylvester Stallone's, like, has the knife, and he's like, ugh, and it's just like, but, like, it looks bad. Like, should have just stabbed him, man. Like, But the honor.
The only thing I will give older movies is if they're comedies. The old comedy was pretty good.
Yes, I'll give you that. Old comedies are normally better. I will 100% give you that.
But even something like Princess Bride that mixes both of them, and it's got like a little bit of action, but more of a comedy side of it.
I've not seen that one. And I know it's a big one, and I know it's good. Nice.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it,
that
but
makes me feel
it's
better.
like my parents. It's one of their favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. How do we even get here? Coliseum. That's right. Fighting.
Yeah.
Fight? I'd rather fight in the Coliseum. I feel like World War I, watching movies that probably don't even do justice to it. You would die.
Yeah.
I'd be the one guy to be like, let me see if I can see. Done.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I'd be the guy sitting in a trench in the fetal position trying to work through his PTSD that he already has.
Yeah, I would not be able to do it. So yeah, I would pick Coliseum. I also have not a fantasy. I think it would be cool to live in olden days. I know we'd have to give up internet and all that, but just sometimes
this junk could go away. I don't care.
Sometimes the olden days of life seem fun. The only thing that don't seem fun about the olden days are when, like, you get a little sickness, like you get dehydration and die, because they didn't know what it was. There's no medicine.
If I could have today's medicine with the world of like a few hundred years ago, perfect.
If we could go back to swords and dueling, I would be. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'd be the best warrior. I think I'd do decent though.
Life used to be so much simpler, dude.
It really did used to be simple. You watch the shows.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they're shows, but most of the time they're based off of, like, kind of true stories.
I just would, like, love the get up, do your chores, go to work, come home, do your chores, just chill. There's not the internet and all this other garbage. It's just,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm a simple person.
You said chores twice, dude. That's rough. Like, I only do my chores once.
I mean, you gotta take care of the place you live in, you know?
That's what the kids are for. That's why they had 7 kids back in the day.
This is true.
So they'd be like, you do this one, you do this one. Get to it.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's gotta be some chores that, like, you can't make the kids do, you know?
I guess, yeah.
You wouldn't have a lot of chores, but you would have, like, specific chores.
Yeah. I think it should be, I don't know. You could be a knight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like being a knight would be cool, actually. Like, as a job. It'd be scary when you get into big battles, for sure. But I have a higher chance of surviving that than World War I. Like, guns. The same type of fighting with guns compared to swords. Like, I know I've got a safe space distance of this sword length. like that guy could hit me. Although there's arrows, I guess. But that's what the shield's for. You can
Well,
see arrows coming. You can't see bullets coming.
yeah. I've always laughed too, like with sword fighting, when a guy has armor on, you've got to be like so precise because if you're just hitting metal plating, you're not going to do anything with the sword.
It's
I mean,
true.
you've got to be aiming for like the joints and all the weak spots where like
Yeah.
stuff's got points where it folds. I'm like,
That's why I respect. I mean, it's probably farther back, but that's why I respect like the Vikings who like wore nothing, no armor,
Yeah.
just like bare chest, double axe, like
Yeah.
like holy crap, dude.
yeah.
Whew. But all right. Let's see. What else do we have? All right. Would you rather only be able to speak in riddles, or have to sing every sentence? So you're going to be annoying and singing all the time, or rhyming, like, or not even rhyming, riddles, which is a lot of rhyming.
I would probably pick riddles just because compared
Really?
to out of the two options, the riddles is sparing people.
I would sing 100%. There's things that I can't. I'm not quick enough to think of riddles to speak. Like, how do you speak full sentences in riddles?
I like to think that it would just automatically like word vomit out if you were forced into it. Like if you could not speak unless it was a riddle, it would just like your brain would work in riddles.
I guess, but still, being able to speak in riddles is hard. Whereas singing,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, whatever. It's not like I can sing, but at
Yeah.
least I can get my point across quickly. Also,
Yeah.
dude, it'd be so annoying, like, like asking you a question and you'd be like, okay, and then you give me a riddle and I'd have to solve it to understand. Caleb, no,
Be like,
just
what does
sing that
even
junk.
mean?
Just sing it.
Right.
Imagine how weird it would look too, because like, what if nobody knew about this? Like,
Yeah. And they're
you're
just look at you
you're
like, huh?
you d-bag, get to the point. Like, just
Right.
tell me. Like,
Right.
I'm just the weirdo that's singing.
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. I would rather sing, I think. Whew.
All right.
All right, you got another one?
Yeah. Would you rather rewatch a familiar comfort movie or watch something you've never seen before?
I would probably rather watch something I've not seen before.
Yeah.
I am not big on rewatching movies. There's only a few, not like a few movies in my life, but there's only a few movies that I would like to watch again. I don't normally like rewatching it. It has to be a very good movie for me to watch it again.
Yeah. Like, I rewatch movies, but not all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might watch the Christian Bale Batman trilogy once a year, if that. Like,
I don't even know
it
if
doesn't
I've
get
seen it.
rewatched much.
I've probably only watched the Christian Bale movies 3 times in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And one of them was because on the third one that it came out, I went to the premiere and I watched the first, then the second, and then at midnight the third one came out and I watched that one too. It was pretty slick. I was in 6th grade. Awesome. Anyways,
I think I was in town when you guys did that, and you were like,
really,
yeah, because I feel like I remember that. Like you left one night to
it was
go
my
watch
friend's.
them all.
It was my friend's birthday, and that's what he wanted to do. And I was like, "This is awesome." We bought the big
Yeah.
drink and a big tub of popcorn, free refills, one each.
That's a long night, though. That's almost like
it was
8.5 hours of
very
movies,
long
dude.
night. I remember getting through the first one, like, oh yeah, and then like halfway through the second one, being like, like I definitely had to get a refill on my soda and like chug it because it was like, dude, it's like 12 o'clock now and I have to watch this new movie.
It's like
And
there's
it's
another
the one that I
now.
have to watch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not big on rewatching. The rewatch movies that I would be willing to rewatch are normally comedies too.
Yeah.
Action movies, it's like they're good, but like you know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I just am not a big fan of. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I have a really good memory, but it's one of those if I remember what happens, it kind of not spoils the movie. The only time I like rewatching those movies, if I have somebody else who hasn't seen it that I'm showing the movie, and then it's fun because you don't watch the movie, you watch the reaction, and then it's like, you get the joy of like I brought them this movie and they think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, but
yeah, I got specific with it, and in my head I was thinking like Christmas movies. I can watch like the same 5 Christmas movies over and over again.
Which ones?
Like, dude,
which ones?
Christmas Vacation, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the one-liners in Christmas Vacation are just so good.
See, my Christmas movies are Elf.
Elf is good. I like Elf.
Elf is one of my top, and I think it's a tradition of my family at least. The Christmas Story. That's like a tradition.
My dad loves Christmas Story.
We watch that every year.
Yeah.
And when they had a second one come out, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But like I will watch that with my kids every year. That's the rewatch one that I will. But
well, they just had like a new one come out.
That's what I meant.
Too long ago.
So that's what I meant. There's actually a second one that came out that's terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
But there's like the real second one that came out recently. That's like it's the same people grown up, and it's pretty good. Funny story.
Yeah, that
actually.
one was alright.
Yeah. Do you remember Elf? Do you remember when Elf's in the shop? Like Will Ferrell, and the guy's like, "Oh, we all have special talents," like, and he's trying to do. That's Ralphie from the Christmas Story.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I never realized that till like recently, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's in 2 Christmas movies!" Like,
he's in 2 iconic Christmas movies.
Yeah, like. But anyways, I feel like it's got to be funny for me to rewatch it.
But beyond Christmas Vacation, like The Grinch is an obvious one.
Yeah, I like The Grinch. I don't normally rewatch it, but it's a good one.
I enjoy The Grinch for some reason. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But like Home Alone.
That's fair. Home Alone's great. I'm sure that now that I have kids, like I'll watch it with them.
Yeah.
Probably.
That would almost be fun to watch with kids and see what they laugh at and see if it's similar to what you laughed at when you were little.
Yeah. But we've watched The Christmas Story all 2 years that Addie's been around.
Yeah.
But you have to.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of Christmas like traditions that I'm carrying on to, but that's a different story. My rewatchability ones gotta be Benchwarmers, Hot Rod, and probably Step Brothers. That movie is one of the best movies. You tell me you've seen it?
Never watched Step Brothers.
Legitimately, I was gonna stream tonight. I legitimately am tempted to text Victoria in a minute and be like, "Can Caleb come over to Taco Bell and watch Step Brothers?"
No.
Please.
We don't need to do this.
Yes, we do. I will watch Step Brothers like dude, it is and I know how you are. You will find it so funny. I want to watch it so bad with you tonight. I don't even care about streaming anymore. Like, I just want to watch Step Brothers with you. It is such a good movie. It brings tears to my eyes. I'm not joking. It is that good. Like, legitimately, we might be doing that after this. I don't know. Yes, Caleb.
No.
Oh man. All right. What other? You got another good one, or I can see if I got a good one.
I might. Here we go. Would you rather have to say every thought out loud or never be able to speak again?
Oh, frick. Oh, no.
That's a dangerous one.
Thoughts be allowed. Or never speak. Can I learn sign language? Like,
it's like, I'm sure we've all got some thoughts that are better left unsaid.
Listen. I'm not like a dirty guy or anything. But there's just sometimes thoughts that you can't help, and they just come into your head, and you're like, oh, man, like, that got said aloud. And I like roasting people, and there's times where things come into my head where I'm like, no, let's just keep that to myself. If it just got popped out, I'd be in trouble. I'd pick fights.
Yeah.
Probably. Dang, dude. I don't want to have to never talk again, though.
You see me and my personality, I think I'd be alright never saying a word
I
again.
would have to talk, dude. I think my strategy, right? I got it. My strategy is that my thoughts would be allowed, and then I would just be like, I have Tourette's, sorry. Like, that would be my way out. I would have to speak again. I can't do it.
It's like homies just ticking left and right.
Yeah. And then you'd have to, like, find a way to, like, don't think about anything. Have you ever, like when you're like, don't think about this, and that's all you can
Immediately
think about?
think about it.
Like, that's all you got.
Yeah.
All right. I got one similar to that. Would you rather have all your dreams live streamed on Instagram or have your most embarrassing moments go viral on TikTok?
Live stream my dreams, because then I'd go back and rewatch it, because I don't remember my dreams.
Oh, really?
Time.
I think I would end up going live stream dreams just because most of my dreams are action packed, you know, and I'm the man in my dreams, so
Right.
it wouldn't be that bad. Whereas your embarrassing videos on TikTok, that'd be rough.
Ugh.
Just like being wrong, completely wrong about something,
Yeah.
getting into an argument, being proven wrong, and then just like having it on TikTok as well.
I'm enough of an embarrassment myself. I don't need to be putting
Because
that
not
on
only
TikTok.
that, it says it's not even just like go on TikTok, it's goes viral on TikTok.
Yeah,
So you
it's
can't
like
even have the
everybody
like,
sees it.
let's hope nobody sees it. Everybody
You're
sees
talking like that 80 billion viewed TikTok. Just
Yup.
everybody's seen it.
it. Yeah. You would be, even if it was embarrassing though, you get popular.
Yeah.
You could blow our podcast up, Caleb. You need to pick that.
Yeah.
If you don't remember your dreams, you need to pick that to blow this podcast up, Caleb. I think that's pretty good. Unless you have like one really good one you've got left.
I think I've got one
Okay.
that I would call like the classic Would You Rather.
All right, let's do. That's our last one then.
Yeah, this is the classic. Would you rather have to fight one horse-sized duck
Oh my
or
god.
50 duck-sized horses?
You had to do it.
Had
I
to
know
do
my
it.
answer, and I've heard other people argue about this. And sometimes I am just like, how? How could you think that?
I'd fight the 50 duck-sized horses.
100%. There is
Yeah.
no way that I am fighting a horse-sized duck.
No.
That thing's beak just like
Yeah.
you will. There's no way.
Well, like, first of all, I think people get this misconception of, like, horses are massive.
They
Horses
are
huge.
They're huge.
And ducks are jerks.
Ducks are tiny too. Just
Yeah.
curb stomp 50 horses, no problem.
Right.
Like I get it, they're gonna rush you, but what are they gonna do? Hit you with hooves? Like what?
Right.
That's what they got. Ducks
It's a
have
hoof like this big.
Ducks have a weapon. Like
Yeah.
ducks are dirty creatures, man.
Yeah.
They have some. They're bad people, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Getting I can't say the word. You know, we'll get listed on listed on this. But like, dude, just they're bad creatures. They are mean creatures. I would much rather kill. Although, I guess, yeah, so I don't want to deal with them. I don't want to deal with them. I'd rather do the horses, kick some horses around.
Yeah.
There's another version of this question that was like, I think it was German Shepherd versus like one giant German Shepherd, or it was like a bunch of little, I think it might have been cats. It was like one German Shepherd or 10 cats, is I think the question was. It's on Chuckle Sandwiches, Schlatt and Ted.
Yeah.
And like, Schlatt's whole argument was like, one good kick to the German Shepherd and you're good. And it was just like, buddy, there's no way. Like, that thing would tear you apart.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I gotta do the little horses, dude. There's no way I'm fighting a giant. That thing is gigantic. And ducks, like I said, like, I guess, like, horses have the hooves and they can kick, but the reason those are so devastating is because of how gigantic they are.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if they're
Like,
small, it's gonna hurt.
Little baby hoof isn't gonna do much to you.
Well, not only that, think about, like, horses are big and they have the reach. That's why it's scary to be around them. If they're small, like, duck size, like this big,
Yeah.
like, you're going to see them get in the stance to go to kick you. Just kick them real quick. Like,
Yeah.
the size of the horse is what makes it so dangerous.
It being smaller, it's not like it can even pack as much of a punch as it did when it was bigger. So it's not even like a hoof kick is going to hurt as bad.
Yeah. I mean, ducks, they got the wings that just hit you. Even think about, like, the size of it now. Like, the wings will hit you. The beaks will hit you. They're little jerks. Yeah. No. I guess, though. But then you've got the question. It was the question fight. Like, what if I bring bread to this fight? Can I tame the duck?
I don't know.
I'm just joking. That would be the only reason to pick the duck, is to give him some bread.
You can tame the duck.
Tame the duck.
Well, then just bring some apples and carrots for all the little horses to be all right.
So then the next question is, would you rather have one duck-sized horse or horse-sized duck as your army, or 50 horses that are the size of ducks?
For my army, I'd pick the horse-sized duck.
Yeah, it goes to the same thing. It's the most dangerous thing. Yeah. It would be fun to have little minions of horses, though. Could you imagine, like, you can't ride one, so you get all of them to go, and you lay on top of them, and they transport you around just on these tiny little horses. All right, well, that will conclude this podcast.
Yes, sir.
Please leave a like or subscribe, because we're annoying YouTubers, and we need your help. So, all right. See you guys.